In this video I'm going to show you some scary takeoffs, some challenging takeoffs, and some bad landings. Cessna 170 taking off from a gravel bar. It's pretty short and touches the water on takeoff. This is a Stinson taking off from a gravel bar. You can see he's trying to pull, but the airplane doesn't get airborne until very close to the water and the tires touch the water. Cessna 182, we have to get airborne before the log. This is not a scary one, but a challenging one, and the airplane performs really well. This is a challenging one, taking off towards the canyon. You have to make a sharp left turn. Another short gravel bar. The Cessna 170 touches the water on takeoff. Some engine trouble, seems to be carburation. Good thing it happened before he was airborne. Cessna 172 XP, high density altitude, muddy strip, small tires. Takes a lot to get airborne, but he makes it safely. This is a challenging one, high density altitude, loaded airplane, obstacles. This was the first takeoff on this strip. I had my friend filming. I wanted to test the performance, and it was not that good. Cleared the trees, but 200 more pounds of weight of him and gear was going to be a bit more challenging. So when I did that first takeoff, I found a gap that would make it easier for when I pick him up and take off fully loaded. We stayed on ground effects for a bit, then used the gap to avoid climbing over the bigger trees. Same airstrip, you can see the view from the outside. Cessna 182, high density altitude, small tire, soft field, and when he takes off, after a long takeoff roll, he turns toward rising terrain, but then he corrects. will show you the bad landings. This is the worst landing I ever made. It was a close call. I was landing for the first time in this trip, ski jump. We have a quarterly tailwind and it got a little bit of turbulence between the trees. The owner was on the radio. He warned me that the wind can accelerate speed near the trees, and no matter what, I should not go around. So this is exactly what happened. I came too fast, but once I was committed, I did not go around. I put the airplane sideways to get more resistance for the braking and stopped very close to the fence. After the wind died a little bit, I went out and tried again 3 more times and did much better landings. This was a mistake. I pushed my own limits. It was too windy to land here for the first time, not knowing the strip. PA-22 bouncy landing. I don't know what happened with the video, but after so many bounces I think the camera fell or something, because I don't have the end of the video, but nothing happened here, just very scary for a moment. Cessna 172 XP. This is just a hard landing, nothing damaged. Cessna gear is very strong. This is Irene Station in Corcovado National Park in Costa Rica. This strip is very narrow and it has 3 tracks for the 3 tires, but they are rooted and deep. So you land on the grass and then you have to go into the tracks, and I was crossed in the roots. Fortunately there was no damage, but see how the airplane ended up sideways. When landing from the beach, the roots get bigger. Aborted landing into a gravel bar. I saw some obstacles, bigger rocks and logs, so just decided to go around. All the pilots in this video are actually experienced pilots, but what we are all doing is pushing the envelope and finding the limits. Sometimes it can be dangerous, sometimes it can be scary, and there's no room for error or making mistakes. Some, like this one, is just a mistake. I didn't calculate the speed and touched down just at the edge of the dirt and the runway. Big bounce, but there was no damage. landing, but he corrects with throttle and fixes the landing. This was very deceiving. From the air, the strip looked kind of dry, but ended up being very muddy. Luckily, we made it okay. 2 weeks later, a Cessna 182 with small tires flipped over in this same strip. Airplane is heavily loaded with camping gear, and density altitude is about 10,000 feet. It's a long strip, but with mud, it can make for a very long takeoff wall. What this shows is that everybody can make mistakes, even experienced pilots. What we learn to do is to be conservative and do not push our own personal limits, and train as much as possible, get to know your plane, and be conservative. I know I'm more conservative now than I used to be 200 or 500 hours before, and I hope some pilots don't have to experience these scary moments and can learn from other pilots' mistakes. In the next section, I'm going to explain how to become a patron for Backcountry 182 YouTube channel. If you want to give it some support, that would be great. It is very easy to join, to be a patron of Backcountry 182. Go to the YouTube channel. On the right hand side, there is the link, and then it takes you to the Patreon page. Here you can see all the tiers and what is all about, the support for Backcountry 182 YouTube channel. Also, another way to access the Patreon link is in the description of the video I put in YouTube. On Backcountry 182 channel, there is a link for Patreon, so just click on that and it will take you to the page. Thank you for watching. It would be amazing if you guys are interested and give some support.
I'm Dana, Larry's wife, and today we're excited to announce the launching of Patreon for our YouTube channel Backcountry 182, which gives fans and friends the opportunity to support creators like Larry and myself by paying a monthly amount and receiving exclusive content. So with your support through Patreon, we will be able to make more and better content more often and new videos. And Larry can connect with you more personally to hear your questions and concerns and what would you like to see. The really cool thing of being a patron is that every dollar amount does help. So go ahead and check out the tiers. You can be a fan and look through our goals to see what we will be able to achieve together at every level of support. Come join us and be part of our adventure.